Okay, so today we're going to be solving problem solving with proportional relationships. So you have learned how to recognize and represent proportional relationships. Now you can apply this understanding to solve problems with percents. So take a look at this problem. It's the end of the soccer season with all equipment on the sports stop is on sale. So what is the sale price of a soccer ball that regularly sells for $28? So we've actually done this once before. So we're going to answer through the questions and then we'll actually solve this problem. So what does it mean? What does 20% off the regular price means? It means that an amount is taken away from the regular price. So you're going to say an amount is taken away from the price. Okay, how do you know, or how do you write 20% as a decimal? Well, that could be 0.20 or 0.2. So what is the regular price? Well, the regular price of the soccer ball was $28. How would you find 20% of the regular price? What would you do with this amount to find the sale price? So you would do 28 times 0.2, then subtract from 28. So what I mean by that is you do 28 times 0.2 to find 20% off of $28. Then you find the sale. Then you find how much you get to save, and then you subtract it from the original amount. So let's do that. So we're going to do 28 times 0.2. And they get to save $5.60. So then you're going to take the original amount you started with and then subtract $5.60 from that. So my new sale price will be $22.40. So summarize the steps you take to find the sale price given the regular price and percent discounts. So find the percent given of the regular price and then subtract it from the regular price. So find the amount off, or the amount you save, and subtract. Okay, let's go on to the next slide. So it says find out more. You can use a bar model to represent the problem from the previous page. And the model helps you to see the relationship between the parts and the whole. The sale price and the amount of the discount make up the regular price. So we have the regular price, we have the sale price plus the 20% discount of the $28. So you can write an equation to represent where S is equal to the sale price. So you have the $28, here's your regular price. And then to be able to find your sale price, you subtract the discount off of $28, and that'll give you your new price. Percents are used in many different real-world situations. Here are some other types of real-world situations involving percent that will work with this lesson. So a markup, a percent added to the cost of item to determine the selling price. Simple interest, which we've done before, is a percent amount borrowed that's being paid. Tax, a percent of purchase that's added to the purchase and paid to the government. A gratuity, a percent added on the cost of service. For example, a tip when given to a waiter. Commission, a percent of sales amount awarded to the person for making that sale. A lot of times those are car salesmen. They make a commission for every car they sell. So let's look at the reflect question. In the bar model above, the discount is 20%. What percent of the regular price is the sale price? Explain how you can solve the problem using this information. So if the discount is 20% off the regular price, that means the sale price must be 80% of the regular. So they're saying since you're finding 20% of $28, that means you can do the opposite. You had to find 20% of $28 and then subtract it. Well, this equals 560. And then you do 28 minus 560, is equal to $22.40. Well, since you're finding 20% off, well, if you do 100% minus 20%, that equals 80. So all you have to do to find the original sale price is do 80% of $28, and that'll actually give you the sale price. That will give you $22.40. You don't have to subtract. That actually saves you a step. The reason being is because 100% is $28. 20% is $5.60. 80% is $22.40. So any way you work these numbers, you'll get it. It just depends on how you want to do it. If you want to find 20% of a sale price, then subtract it, then you'll get that. Well, if you just subtract the percents first and then find the percent of 80%, they'll actually just give you the sale price. I kind of like this way. You don't have to worry about subtracting at the end. Okay. So read the problem below, then explore different ways to understand how to solve problems involving simple interest. Well, Joshua borrows $300 from his older sister to buy a bike. He promises to pay the total amount plus 5% simple interest in 1 year. So how much will Joshua pay back in all? So this is the total amount we have to pay back. This is what we're looking for. This is the T, the total. Well, he already borrows $300. So then we're going to do $300 plus 5% of $300. So we're going to do that. But first, we're going to answer some questions. So it says, look at the bar diagram. What term refers to the amount Joshua has to pay back in the additional $300? So it says the interest. That's what he has to pay in additional to the amount he borrowed. So what is the interest rate in the bar diagram? The interest rate is 5%. So how is the interest rate expressed in the equation? You would write 5% as a decimal. So you'd write it as 0.05. This is very important for you to do that because that would have your decimal places. So look at the equation. What does 0.05 times 300 represent? This represents 5% of 300. So then what does each number in the expression 0.05 times, we actually already did that. This is just repeating it. Basically, it's saying you have to take 5% of $300 to figure out how much it is. So show how to find how much interest Joshua pays in 1 year. Again, same idea. 0.05 times 300. And now how much you have to pay in 1 year. So how to find the total amount Joshua has to pay back in a holding. So then you would have to, you would multiply this together. So it's $300 times 0.05. Move your decimal twice. That's very important that you have two decimal places because you'll be paying $15 and not $150. So the total amount you have to pay back is this is the interest. So the interest is now $15. You're going to pay back interest plus the amount that you borrowed. So you're going to take your $300, add your interest to that, and you get $315. So that is how much he has to pay back. So describe how to find the total amount to pay on a loan when paying simple interest. Okay. Well, you would multiply the interest rate, or let's say interest, to amount borrowed. And then add interest. Oh, yeah, we need to say rate so you understand that's the percent. Then add interest to borrowed money, to find total. All right, let's try another problem. So Morgan's mom wants to borrow $720 to buy a new computer. Well, the store will charge her 8% simple interest for 1 year. How much will she have to pay back? So we have to figure out how much she pays back in total. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do $720 and we'll multiply it by our interest rate, which is 8%, or 0.08. 0.08. 16, 56, 57, move my decimal twice, 1, 2. All right, so here I actually see my answer. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the total amount I have to pay back. I know she has to pay back $57.60 plus the original amount she borrowed. So you're going to take the original amount she borrowed. Let me do this anywhere somewhere else. It's bothering that question. So you're going to take the amount that she borrowed, $720, and you're going to add $57.60 to that. And it'll come out to $777.60. Giving your answer A. All right. A bank advertises that they'll pay 1.5% simple interest annual on new savings accounts. So Lorenzo puts $400 into a new account. If he does not deposit or withdraw any money, how much will he have after 1 year? Okay, so again, I can look at my answer choices and I can easily figure out the total because it's the amount higher. Well, let's figure out how we got that. So we're going to do $400 times the 1.5 simple interest rate. But remember, you got to change that to a decimal. Well, 1.5% is 0.015. Okay, placeholder. And then the last zero doesn't matter. And so I move my decimal 3 times. Make sure to move it 3 because you'll be getting more money than you earned. So it's $6. Well, again, this is not my answer because it wants the total. So you're going to take the amount that you put into the bank and add the amount of interest that you got in 1 year. And you get $406. B is your answer. Okay. Next question. Naya told Patrick that her new backpack only cost $14 because she used a 30% off coupon when she bought it. Patrick wants to buy a similar backpack. How much will it cost if he does not have a 30% off coupon? Okay, this is a little bit backwards. So what this is happening is she says the price that she got the backpack for was $14 after she used a 30% off coupon. What we're trying to figure out is our regular price. We're trying to figure out our regular price. So we're actually going to use a different type of formula. So the discounted price is $30. The regular price is 100%. So if I take my 100%, what we're looking for, and then subtract the 30% discount from it, it means it's 70%. So the discounted price is 70% of the regular. So that means if I take 70% and I multiply it by my regular price, that will give me my sale price. My sale was $14. So if I take 70% times by my regular price, it'd be $14. This is the same idea as we did here, because 80% of my regular price gave me my sale price. Well, this is working a little bit backwards. So we take 70% of my regular price, it gives me my sale price. Well, I know my sale price is 14. I'm trying to find my regular. So we can rewrite this as a different equation. So 70% times R is equal to 14, or 0.7 times my R is equal to 14. So this is like a one-step equation which we have solved before. So that 0.7 is being multiplied to the regular price. So since it's being multiplied, you're going to do the opposite, and you're going to divide it to both sides. This cancels out to 1, leaving me 1R. And then you divide 0.7 into 14, which comes out to, I believe, $20. Divide 0.14, you got to move your decimal once, move this once. 7 goes into 14.2, bring up the 0. Yes, it is $20. So my regular price is $20. Isn't that cool? You can just work backwards. So we're actually going to answer some questions even though we just did solve it. So look at the tape diagram in the picture. How many sections are used to show the discounted price? Well, there's 7 sections, which means 70%. If the discounted price is $14, how much does one section represent? And one section represents $2 because there's $14. Excuse me, why am I writing percent? So there's 14 sections. And then you're going the $14, and then there's 7 sections up here. So then you're going to divide by 7, which equals 2. So each section represents $2. So if all 10 sections show the original price, you can do 2 times 10, which is 20. That's another way to do it. So now look at the equation in the model. What do 0.70, 14, and R represent? Well, 0.70 represents, if I can write represents the percent of the discounted price. And then, I don't have time to write that. And then 14 represents the sale price, and R represents the regular price. So, show how the equation, show how to solve the equation. So we just did that. We had 0.7 times R is equal to 14, not 0.14. What is with me is too early in the morning. I'm sorry, guys. Is 0.7 times R, which equals 14, and then divide 0.7 to both sides, and you get R is equal to 20, which is the same up here. But the way you work this equation will work every time. So this regular price is $20. Well, suppose our sale price is 18 and the discount was 25. Explain how to find the regular price. Well, again, let's just do the same thing. You take 100%, which is your regular price, subtract 25% from that, so then you get 75. So if I take 75% of my regular price, and I would get my sale price, which is now $18. So we're going to do the same thing. So that's 0.75 times R, which is equal to 18. So then you're going to divide it. You're going to divide 0.75 to both sides. You get R on this side. 0.75 goes into 18 24 times. So now my new regular price is 24. But again, see how this equation works? It's not hard to set it up. You subtract it from 25%, and then you'll get your new percentage, change it to a decimal, and then divide. Hey, let's try a problem like that. So Deanna gets 3 problems incorrect on math quiz. Her score is 85%. Well, how many questions are on the quiz? Well, if I take 100% and I subtract 85 from it, that'll give me 15%. So if I take 15% of the amount of questions correct, let's just say R, or let me just say Q for questions, because you want to do total questions. So Q for questions, and take 15% of that, I'll get my 3 missed questions. Well, it's the same idea. So I actually wrote the formula for you up here. So you have 0.15 times Q, which equals 3. So you're going to divide 0.15 into both sides. And you get Q is equal to 20 questions. So there's a total of 20 questions. Anyway, let's try another one. So a store owner buys backpacks at a certain price and sells them at a higher price. The difference is called the markup. If she pays $21 for a backpack and adds a 40% markup on the sale price, what is she selling? So, I actually think I read this question wrong. And I have to actually undo it. So we'll put this off to the side. If I can actually just cut that. And so we have the original, a store owner buys backpacks at a certain price and sells them for the higher price. The difference is called the markup. If she pays $21 for a backpack and adds 40% markup of the price she paid, what's the selling price? So that means she has a selling price of $21. Plus, she's going to do a 40% markup. So you're going to do 40% of $21, and then that'll give her her new total. So basically what she's doing is she's buying it from a wholesale salesman for $21. Okay? Well, then she's going to sell it in her store. So she's going to do a 40% markup. So she has to find 40% of the $21, then add it to the original amount she paid for, and that'll give her her markup. So we're going to do 40% of 21, which is just 21 times 0.4. So she has an 8.4 markup. So she's going to do $21 plus an $8.40 markup, which gives her a new total of $29.40. And that'll be her new markup. Okay, so then you can move on to your homework. And let's do your problem on your homework. There it is. Okay, so let's see, which one do we want to do? Let's do number 6. So the owner of the outdoor furniture center decided to use 120% markup. That's a significant amount. At the end of the season, he wants to sell all the benches that are in stock. He sells the benches for 20% off. What was the total price of the bench with this discount plus a 5% sales tax? Wow, that is an extremely intense problem. So, as you can see, it actually doesn't give you any of the numbers. So the owner of the outdoor furniture center decides that, let me reread this. The owner of the outdoor furniture decides to use 120% markup. At the end of the season, he wants to sell all the benches that are in stock. He sells the benches for 20% off. What's the total price of the bench, that discount, plus a 5% discount tax? Oh, okay. This is the reason why we're having problems. Is because number 6 and number 5 goes together. That makes a lot of sense. So the regular price of the bench was $110. So then discount of the bench will be 80%. So the regular price, so R was $110, which you'll find up here in number 5. So then you do 110, and you're going to do 80% because it says a 20% mark off. So you're going to do 110 times 0.08, 0.8. Move your decimal once, so it's $88. So his discounted price of the bench is $88. So then you got to do tax. So to find tax, you got to take your $88 and multiply it by 0.05 to find how much tax you pay on it. And it's $4.40. Well, that means you're going to have to take your $88. I'm going to erase it. I don't have much room. You're going to take your $88 and add $4.40 to that. And so then, 4, 12. So you'll have to pay $92.40. That is the total price of the bench with the discount and the tax. Remember, we got $110 from the problem above. All right. Again, I know this one's a little intense. If you do need help with doing the percents and discounts again, just watch the video again. And if ask me questions that you don't understand, please, please, please. Other than that, have a great day. Thank you.